It's a pretty high-profile case that we're talking about here, isn't it? It's had a bit of coverage.
Yeah, you can say that again, Kieran. This is the case of Anthony McCormick. He was the gentleman who came over from Canada in order to be by his dying mother's side. He arrived in Sydney but wanted to get up here to Queensland, and so he required an exemption to be able to quarantine up here in Queensland. Now, he put that forward to Queensland Health, and the state government here has always maintained that they were doing everything possible in order to get him an exemption to come to Queensland. But Mr McCormick has provided an email to us, and I'll just read it out to you. It says, "I'm writing to advise you that your request for an exemption has not been approved. Your request has now been closed." Now, why that's important is because that's an email from Queensland Health before his mother passed away. So based on that, it seems that they had closed his case, which really flies in the face of what the state government has been saying, that it was still active and still ongoing. I asked the Premier about this email today. Take a listen. Would you be disappointed, though, if Queensland Health had in fact
I haven't read it. I'm not going to comment on something I haven't seen.
I mean, it's in black and white. Would you be disappointed if that was the case?
I haven't seen it. So no, what I said, I can only go on the advice I have been given.
Yeah, but it would be disappointing, wouldn't it, if Queensland Health have advised you that they're progressing it, but in fact they rejected it?
I haven't seen it. I need to see the documentation.
So if they did in fact close his case, they did so without your knowledge?
Yes. But I don't know. I have to see what that means, close the case, because I know they were still actively working on it.
So, Kieran, the Chief Health Officer there suggests that they were still working behind the scenes on an exemption, though that is somewhat puzzling because, according to Mr McCormick, the only communication he has ever received from Queensland Health is that single email rejecting his exemption. So if all this work is ongoing, it's certainly ongoing without his knowledge. I spoke to him this afternoon. He's quite upset with how all this has played out, and boy, he didn't miss in his criticism of the state government. Take a listen.
They failed me in getting to see my mother. That they never called me. They've let the case drop, and they don't seem too concerned about anything more to do with it. Everything points to this to be just brazen, outright lying. That's what it points to.
So, Kieran, we supplied all this detail to the Premier's office this morning in order to see what has gone wrong here. Clearly something has gone wrong, but we are, as yet, still to hear back.
Ben, thank you.